May this message find those who need it, and may those who need it have the wisdom that this message is for them. This is a general message, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because general messages are not a one-size-fits-all. There's no such thing as claiming, so you don't need to claim this message, you don't need to like this video, you don't need to subscribe, you don't need to do anything at all. Because if you feel that this message resonates, then it's already for you. Any others that came out? All right, let's start here. Okay, so there's some sort of conflict. There's some sort of conflict that's going on here, and it seems to be with people of equal stature. Friends, co-workers, acquaintances, peers, what have you. There seems to be a conflict in this realm of people who are basically on the same level, the same playing ground, the same tools at hand. Like, nobody has an upper hand. It's a very equal fight. Maybe it's not necessarily fight, maybe it's not necessarily conflict, maybe it's like a competition almost. But all I know is that it's leaving you quite drained with the Ten of Swords. There is this absolute mental exhaustion. There's like no more that you can really take on mentally. And it's just like absolute fatigue, and it's burnt out. It's not even just fatigue. It's just being completely burnt out. And I feel like this is something that's been here for a bit, and you've kind of been ignoring it, but I feel like it's kind of coming out. You know, something that's like quite hidden. There's something, it's like keeping appearances. It's almost like you're trying to fit in almost. It feels like it may be conflicting to continue to show up and pretend that you're almost acting like everybody else. And I feel like it's really starting to come out of the subconscious. It's starting to come and just be like, hey, I'm here, you're exhausted, let's slow down here. Yeah, the Nine of Swords as well. It's complete and utter just, you have no more room. You have no more mental capacity. You are firing on all cylinders, and you're even like, some of these cylinders are even just imploding. Ten of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. It feels like you're kind of it's almost like you're kind of refusing to work on creating or at least like having in mind or focusing on or having hope for rather that emotional fulfillment can be for you. You know, it's like you're in this position where you don't even want to think about having hope. You don't even want to think about being like fulfilled and happy. You don't even want to think about community. You don't even want to like think about these things. You don't want to. It's like you're just so full of other things. You don't have any room for yourself, for your own needs, because you're so consumed with what you already have going on mentally. We have the Two of Wands here. It's time to make a decision. It's time to choose a path. It's time to take a different route. It's time to look at what the world has to offer, and how much more there is to experience in this life. Top of the deck energy is the Six of Swords. It is time to move on. It really is. It is time to move on. It's time to take a different path, time to take a different route. You know, and the swords are being carried in this boat, but it's not because you're going to necessarily continue the pattern of letting yourself get to this point of exhaustion where you're mentally burnt out, where you're mentally, quote unquote, cooked, right? These swords are coming along in these travels, in in this new life so that you don't forget, so that you don't ever lose sight and get back down to where you are now. Ooh, I just split the deck. 2 of Swords and 3 of Pentacles. I don't think you are seeing the importance of teamwork. I don't think you are seeing that there's a lot of benefits to reaching out to others and working on things with other people. I don't think you have really, I think there may be this element of being raised or being taught that, being raised, being taught on this idea that you have to do everything by yourself. It's not good if it's not done by yourself. It's not good if you're not independent. And I think that it's very beneficial for you to consider opening up to others and incorporating others and allowing others to come in and help you and work on things with you. King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is very resourceful. The King of Pentacles has mastered abundance. He has mastered just everything that it takes to have things in the material world really come into fruition. He has mastered how to make it happen. He's an intuitive guy who, well, the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Pentacles is more on the intuitive side, but the King of Pentacles is really like that top, like, master, right? So he has, like, this intuitive element, but he also, like, takes action, right? He makes room for the abundance to come. He makes room for, the new things in the material to come forward, to come through. And I think a way that you can step into this and really adopt this sort of energy by allowing things to come through is to actually choose to move on and to move away from what is creating this anguish. 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It seems like you're going to stand before this new horizon at some point. You are going to choose a path ahead. 6 of Pentacles, and it's going to be a path that is very fruitful, a path that is very giving, a path that leads you to be in a position of giving. The 6 of Pentacles is all about having enough to keep yourself sustained and even more to help others out when they are in need. The King of Pentacles knows how to use his resources. The King of Pentacles knows how beneficial it is to, if help is needed, the King of Pentacles, it's like he knows just how valuable everything is in the material world, including others' efforts. And we have the 6 of Wands coming through too. This very victorious time, this time of winning, this time of success, whenever we aren't afraid to go to those, maybe you could reach out to somebody who is the King of Pentacles. If you choose to reach out to somebody who could greatly benefit you or could greatly help you, I think they would be more than happy to help you. Because the King of Pentacles, right, he is like this ever abundant, abundance is ever flowing to him. It's just he is just so secure and so grounded. And I feel like if you come to this person for help, just this very, very secure, very, like, somebody who just has everything together. If you go to them, I feel like they'll be more than happy to help you out in this situation. King of Swords. Perhaps this person is also quite methodical, very reliant on the facts of the situation, on knowledge, on statistics. If you are a woman watching this, or if you are just at the very least, right, like, well, not at the very least, excuse me, but if you feel definitely more feminine in nature, I feel like with the two kings out here, there could be some sort of like a conference almost. I feel like there might be somebody speaking on like a panel. I feel like this is a time to really not necessarily find a mentor, but just to get wisdom from other people. If you see something that you can go to that talks about that if you can afford to go to like a conference, or what else are they called? Is symposium? No, symposium is not the right word. I can't think of it, but an expo, like something like that, in a field that you are interested in, or something that really like lights you up with like curiosity. I highly suggest that you go. We have the World card coming out a bit sideways. So this is the ending of an era. This is the ending of a path, of a journey, of a cycle. Lessons are being learned. Maybe perhaps you're learning your limits. You're learning that it is very valuable to listen to yourself and to honor the intuitive hunches of when things are just getting to be a bit too much. And now we have the King of Wands reversed. We have 3 kings out here. King of Wands reversed. Yeah, I feel like there may not be as much excitement and as much what's the word I'm looking for? As much energy. You know, maybe you don't feel as much in control. Maybe it feels a bit it's not incredibly spontaneous, and perhaps there is like a lack of compassion for yourself. 2 of Cups. I feel like you really need to establish a deeper connection with yourself emotionally. Maybe if you end up going to whatever you end up meeting, right, if you end up going to like a conference or something, or if you end up meeting somebody who is along the lines of the King of Pentacles, I feel like you may establish not necessarily a love connection, but just perhaps there is a chance for a deeper connection, or perhaps this King of Pentacles character will have a 10 of Wands. I don't think it's necessarily you adopting a deeper relationship with somebody else. I feel like, if anything, this person may promote a deeper relationship with yourself. Okay, because 10 of Wands popping out as I was like trying to get a feel for if you were to develop a deeper connection with somebody else. I think this other person may promote a deeper connection with yourself, like just you and yourself, right? Between you yourself. It's very much me, myself, and I right now that you need to focus on taking care of yourself, and not to welcome in anything new that could be seen as a burden or feel like a burden when placed upon your plate. Let's turn those over, because, okay, all right, okay. Okay, I hear you. 8 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 8, 8, 8. If 8 is an impactful number for you, here we go. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is here to remind you that the seeds that you're given, when you plant them, you plant what you nourish. Or sorry, you reap what you nourish. It's not necessarily what you plant. It's if you keep it up, if you keep tending to them, if you keep whatever this is, right? If you keep up with the care, there will be the fruits of the labor. 8 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. So interesting. 8 of Wands talks about things happening quite quickly. It can talk about travel even. So maybe, again, going back to that sort of conference, that sort of expo talk, if you can afford to do it, then absolutely do it. It could be so enlightening. It could be so refreshing even. It can be recharging. You may not feel like you have all of the resources at hand to become the person that you want to be, but it's a process. And I feel like if you do get in contact with this with this King of Pentacles fellow, or woman, whoever, just right, a King of Pentacles-esque person, I feel like they're going to show you that you actually do have the tools that you need to get started, and that the efforts will be, it will feel more like a pleasure to deal with rather than a burden, especially when it comes to taking care of yourself. I feel like, even though you may not feel that you're the most equipped with whatever self-care tools or whatever things that have to deal with just getting yourself aligned or getting yourself back into yourself, getting yourself more in tune with yourself. I feel like you might feel a bit encouraged to, or you may get this new perspective that will lead you to be more encouraged and self-encouraged, self-motivated, what's the word I'm looking for? Just efforts will seem to be more worth it because you will see yourself as worthy of putting the effort in for, right? Full at the bottom of the deck, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. New beginnings, a new cycle, right? Because we had the World pop out at some point. There she is. We have the ending of the Major Arcana and the beginning of the Major Arcana. This is a lesson learned, and this is a new phase incoming with the lessons that you've learned behind you and all the new lessons that you are unaware of yet before you. So there could be a sense of childlike wonder. There could be a sense of like ignorance and naivete, but it's not ignorance to be ignorant in like the negative way, but it's just unknowing of what the path holds ahead, and it's this childlike wonder and its beauty and its happiness and its hope, and it's just like this rejuvenated essence, and it is so, so beautiful. Top of the deck energy is the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment, dream coming true. So many cups to drink out of, and it's so delicious. It's so gorgeous. So yeah, it's time to focus back on yourself, and it's time to let go of what has burdened you, which is easier said than done, but I believe that you can do it. Whoa, the flash of the Magician. You have all the tools to start. Death. Oh my goodness. And I'm just cutting the deck to shuffle. A change is upon us. A change is upon you. Judgment. Big realizations too. This is so beautiful. This is so, so, so beautiful. You have the power to start. You may not have all the tools that you need to finish, but you have the power to start. Okay? Thanks for listening.